Alright, boys and girls, welcome back to the final installment in the Asian Badgers Let's Play of Godzilla on the NES. Today we're playing Planet X, and as you can see there's a shit ton of monsters, including King Ghidorah, the golden three-headed motherfucking dragon. Overrated if you ask me. Ghidorah is supposedly one of the most popular Godzilla villains, as evidenced by his innumerable appearances in the series. But personally, I always thought he was kind of a pussy, actually. Like, sure he's got three heads, sure it took Godzilla, Rodan, and Mothra all working in tandem to take him out the first time, but come on, he turned into a real pussy after his first appearance, especially in Godzilla vs. Gigan, where he was largely immobile and featured in the form of stock footage. Anyway, that's enough about him. Yesterday, if you remember, I had a little bit of an outburst as a result of my frustrations in playing this game. Yeah, it's been a long and arduous process, but today's Planet X, which therefore means that it's the final stage, so we're gonna be done soon. Soon being the operative word, because I'm anxious to get finished with this pile of shit. As I'm sure you all are anxious to get back to doing better things than watch some retarded Asian kid play a retarded fucking NES game. Anyway, as you can see, I haven't had anything new to say about the gameplay since day one. So let's go back to talking about Ghidorah. Why not? He of course made his first appearance in Ghidorah, the three-headed dragon. Or three-headed monster, I forget which. Anyway, in it he shows up in a meteorite, and Godzilla and Mothra and Rodan all fight him, and of course beat him. And at the time, he was a really awesome and innovative monster, because I mean, the production involved in like the intricacy of the suit work that went into creating the character was really impressive for the time. I mean, there was a shit ton of wire work involved, some good puppetry, and really he was an impressive design. He still is. But his movie began the trend of, well, it wasn't really that much of a trend, but anyway, his movie was absurdly complicated. The plot was just such bullshit to the point where you're just like, what is going on? Who are these people? Why does that woman think she's from space? It's one of those movies where they tried to combine, the popularity of the Yakuza and like secret agent movies of the day, and like splice it together with the plot of a Godzilla movie. And wow, that was quick. It really didn't go together that well. I mean, what was the one dude? Oh, the bad guy in it was really pimped though. There's this one dude, he's an assassin that's trying to kill this woman that like thinks she's from Venus or some planet. Anyway, he's wearing this weird like Renaissance era like frilly collar thing the first time you see him, and I guess that's like the traditional dress of the fake country he comes from. But he's also got these like pimpin' shades on too. It's just like, damn, that guy's hella awesome. He still looks cool even though he's got his poofy shirt on and stuff. He looked kind of like Wild Dog from Time Crisis almost. But think his name was Malness or something. I'm pretty sure that's how they said it in the Japanese version, at least. It's like Malness. But yeah, he was he was awesome because like all he did was run around and like try to kill this lady all the way through the movie, and he gets to shoot a gun a couple times, and his car gets smashed by Ghidorah, and then somehow, like inexplicably, he survives the car getting crushed by falling rocks and debris and shit. But when he dies, it's one of the coolest moments ever because it's just so fucking trashy. Basically, Ghidorah causes a rock slide, and a bunch of rocks fall just as he's about to like snipe the lady from outer space or whatever. And anyway, this big ass, like very obviously foam rock falls from the sky, and he catches it. Like he reaches out with his arms and catches it and pauses for like half second, and then falls off into this ravine and dies, you know. Just to watch him catch this rock that's supposed to, you know, outweigh him 100 times over or something. And there's just this moment where he's like, oh yeah, I'm supposed to die. And then he just like jumps into the hole. It was great. I still remember that as like from the first time I saw it. But outside of him, I didn't really care much for the movie as a kid. The Godzilla and Rodan effects especially were kind of disappointing. Even for a child, it was a little weird. In fact, weird is the right word. It was just plain awkward. That Godzilla and Mothra fight each other throughout most of the second half of the movie, and like strangely enough, most of their interactions are actually conveyed through like miniature puppetry. It's like to simulate the fact, instead of doing like a straight like overlay or matte shot, they do it using puppets to simulate them being even farther away, if that makes any sense. Anyway, let me just say that Rodan's design in the Showa era, outside of his first appearance, is fucking hideous. Like he looks like a turd, for real. I mean, I don't even think that's too graphic a word. Like, in fact, I think it's appropriate. Oh shit. But I'm Godzilla, see? I can take it right in the face, and it doesn't matter. Cause I'm too big and bad. Baddest motherfucker in the world. Hoorah! But yeah, Rodan and Godzilla, they're fighting each other. I mean, it's silly. It's good fun, but despite that, it just looks really strange to see two puppets like fighting each other, because it really does look like something out of what was it, Team America? You know, the big fight scene in Team America. Oh, where they hype it up as like it's gonna be this like slobber knocker and shit, but then it ends up just looking like a kid slamming two marionettes into each other. Well, that's kind of what it looked like. It really did just look like a couple of puppets being thrown into each other, and Godzilla's arms weren't articulated. It just looked kind of silly. But I guess that was the point, so maybe it's not too big of a deal. Anyway, the final battle, though, is pretty cool. It's really well choreographed. It is kind of weird watching Godzilla, like, completely discard his fire breath as a means of attacking. For some reason, Godzilla turns into a rock chucker. All he does is throw rocks at Ghidorah. It's really strange. In fact, he's like the least effective member of the three monster team. Like, seriously, all he does is throw rocks and like shadow box with Ghidorah. He doesn't really land any significant blows until the very end. Not like in Monster Zero and Ghidorah's second appearance, and Godzilla tackled the shit out of him. For real, Godzilla was awesome in Monster Zero. That was the suit design that I like to call Cookie Monster Godzilla. Cause in Monster Zero and in Godzilla vs. the Sea Monster, like Godzilla's head design was just like, it looked like Cookie Monster. He had this like big floppy like hatch of a mouth. It would just like flop open and close, and he had these big goofy eyes, and he just look up a picture of him. For real, I'm not even joking. He looked like Cookie Monster, and that's not a bad thing. It's kind of goofy, but it's kind of awesome in its own special way, I guess. But Godzilla's suit designs over the years have always been interesting to me, because as a kid, you know, you could always tell. I don't think any kid was retarded enough to not notice that Godzilla looks different from movie to movie. And some of my personal favorite appearances of his were, of course, Terror of Mechagodzilla. I love the scowl they gave him, because I think they reused the same suit from Godzilla vs. Megalon and Godzilla vs. Mechagodzilla. It has this, he's kind of bulky and stout. But in those other two movies I just mentioned, his face is really cartoonish and almost anime-like, where his eyes are oversized. And he looks like a big frog almost. Like he's got puffy cheeks and stuff. He just looks really friendly, you know, because that was in the time when he was becoming his movies were becoming more geared towards children. But in the case of Terror of Mechagodzilla, though, they changed the head to the point where he has this like really pissed off, menacing looking scowl. It's just awesome. It's like, damn, Godzilla, take a chill pill. But it's perfectly appropriate for that movie, because he's definitely a surly monster in that movie. I mean, he's only fighting, you know, two opponents at the same time with very little support. Okay, a lot of support, at least against Titanosaurus. I don't even think the JSDF even tried to fight Mechagodzilla. Not that they could have done anything, but aw. But, other favorite appearances of Godzilla. Well, the Godzilla vs. Biollante Furante. That was another one of my favorites. That was like the first. That was the precursor to Godzilla's every successive Godzilla costume throughout the entire Heisei era. It gave him whoa, Baragon blew up that time. That was different. In Godzilla vs. Biorante, they changed it by... They changed him up significantly by giving him mammalian features, in the sense that he had like a dog-like snout, and just like the original costume, he had like tiny ears that were pinned against the back of his head. Anyway, I really love that suit design. In fact, I love that movie a whole hell of a lot. It's one of my favorites. And just like in Terror of Mechagodzilla, he had, well, not just like in Terror of Mechagodzilla, but the suit had a lot of character without having, oh shit, completely forgot about this, we're fighting the Gotengo.